Well, welcome back to Senior Travel Adventures. And I'd like to introduce you to my guest today, which her name is Pat Hager, and she is an award-winning travel expert who dedicates her work to enriching the lives of senior travelers like us. And Pat's got a great story. She launched My Senior Travel Buddies in 2017, and this initiative was to connect solo travelers who were seeking companions to share adventures or go on tours or go on groups. And now her Facebook group has over 18,000 members. And that's how I got to know her. Since then, she's teamed up with Monique Kefner, who's also been a guest on my show, and together they've led some group adventures, and their ongoing relationship with their travel suppliers ensure that they get these great deals and these great trips that we're going to talk about. So I've begun collaborating with them, and that's why I wanted to have Pat on the show today to talk about one of her recent adventures. So thank you, Pat, for joining me today.
Oh, thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
No problem at all. Well, you had something recently. You became a widow not that long ago, and you went on your first basically solo trip after as a widow, and you went on a gourmet cooking trip, which is on my list because everybody hears me talk about my list. But that is definitely on my list. So, can you tell me a little bit about that?
Sure. So first of all, I was scared to death to even get on the plane and thinking to myself, what are you doing, Pat? And so after getting over that and actually arriving in Florence to take the tour, I met up with a wonderful group of people that we had already booked on this tour. And so when we got to the hotel, we were going to be together for 7 days at the same hotel. It's called a spoke and wheel tour. So that means that you stay in the same place, but then you go on different excursions. And of course, this tour was called Gourmet Tuscany. So you know that it's a cooking and also a wine tour. Oh, that's
Oh,
typical. So
I love food and wine.
yeah, don't we all? So each day we went on a different tour, and one of my favorites was called the Farm to Table tour, so something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, and we went on to a farmhouse as a group and picked the vegetables right from the farm and chopped and made pasta with a pasta making machine. And actually, it was a 4 hour deal because there was so much involved. And we were so happy when we received our food, our pasta, all paired with wine, of course. And then
Well, I have a picture here, Pat, that
okay.
I'm of a group with a lot of wine glasses. That
Oh yeah.
looks
Oh, you
like a lot
think?
of wine
Yeah.
glasses.
Yeah. So it was kind of fun. And at the end, we made an Italian dessert called tiramisu, and I'm sure a lot of people know about that. But we made our own and we ate our own, and it was fabulous.
Oh, that prosciutto looks pretty good. So it sounds like you had a fabulous time,
Oh,
and
it was.
it probably once you got started, those all that fear kind of faded away, right?
Oh, and almost immediately. Honestly, once I met everybody, that fear was gone, and I just wanted to concentrate on what we were going to do. The tour itself was very inclusive. We did some art excursions too, but it was mostly cuisine, food, wine, and we also went to an olive oil farm.
Oh, how
And
fun is that?
well, it was fun because we didn't know there were so many different kinds of olive oil that could be, the bread can be dipped in it, and of course you have to have the accompanying wine. Um, it was excellent. We enjoyed it.
That sounds great. So did you get to see Florence or anything, or you just basically stayed in Tuscany and it was more, was there any outside type excursions with that?
Well, we actually went to Florence first.
Okay.
Not on the tour itself, that was outside of the tour, but many of us came into Florence first because that's where our gateway city, where we landed. And
Mhm.
I went to see the Uffizi, which I had wanted to see forever. And we went on an excursion with an art historian. So
Oh, how wonderful.
it was 4.5 hours of wonderful. So
I
enjoy.
was fortunate to be able to actually go there myself about, oh, it's been quite a while now. But that was probably, it's spectacular, and just Florence itself. I mean, that's a whole nother trip we could talk
It
about for
is. Exactly.
hours.
Yes, exactly. And that's why we did not do that. This was an immersive experience into the wine country region. And it
Got
reminded
it.
me very much of where our wine country is here, not close by in Temecula Valley.
Yeah, yeah. But you didn't stop there. You just kept going. Then you got on a 3-day river cruise. So tell
Right.
me a little bit about that.
Sure. Had to fly from Florence to Vienna on Austrian Airways, which was wonderful because they serve chocolate. And I
Oh,
like that on a 20-minute flight. Pretty good, practically. But I got into the city of Vienna and stayed there 3 days before I got on the river cruise because I had not been in Vienna in very many years. So that was excellent. But I had always wanted to do a river cruise. And when my husband was alive, we had planned on one, but we never did make it. So I decided to do this on my own. It was only 3 days, starting in Vienna. And we went down the Danube to Melk, which is an abbey next to Salzburg. And we went through the Melk Abbey. It was I believe it was the wedding place of the Maria and the Baron von Trapp.
okay.
It was, and it was beautiful. But it was a tour that we took off of the ship, and everything is walking. So, because it's right there.
Right.
One of the things we did was we went to Bratislava in Slovenia, and that is a medieval town that's right there. I mean, you get off the boat and walk, and you're there within 5 minutes, right into the main square. There were a lot of remnants of the communist country with the buildings that were very square and stark, but most of it was the medieval pathways and beautiful, beautiful buildings and some funny things too. So there was, yeah, for instance, little uh, performances in the town square and that kind
Oh,
of
right,
very
right.
cute.
What was your what would you say on your ship on the cruise? What was your highlight?
The highlight, I actually have it in a little video. I had a panoramic stateroom, which most of them are. That's 11 feet of glass,
Wow.
sliding door. And which you can open and get some fresh air if you want to. But I woke up about 8 o'clock the first morning and I kept the curtains open and I just lifted my head 2 inches and saw one of the Viking ships go by right in front of me, and a church and some beautiful little villages. I didn't even have my coffee yet, for goodness. And it was fabulous. The room appointments were beautiful. The ship itself is fairly new. It's called the Avalon View, and very sophisticated. Very all of it is in a very modern style, which is
Right.
very open, so that you could see from one end of the ship to the other, even
That's
on.
interesting. I was really surprised on my recent river cruise how many different ships and companies there are that do this.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
There's a lot, and and it's also a little bit disconcerting when you open your drapes though, and there's another ship right next to you
Yes.
and you're looking
They
in their
tell you
window.
That's the first thing they tell you when you get there. On your little orientation, the cruise director said, be sure you're not in your underwear when you open
or
up,
worse,
or
right?
worse,
Um,
and when you open up your drapes.
we
Okay.
went through 13 locks,
Oh,
and
nice.
that was very, I filmed a lot of that because it was very interesting. I had not had that experience, but the wall of the lock is like feet out your window.
Right.
And you know, the first night that we went through the first one, people were hanging out their windows against the rules,
Yes.
trying to touch the walls.
Yeah, right.
But you know, not a good idea.
No.
But it was very interesting, and in fact, I'm going to be showing some of this on the show. So I'm
Oh,
gonna
fun.
I'm gonna have a river cruise episode, and your segment's going to be on my river cruise episode.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, so did you find though too that one thing I noticed is that these ships, they do come right into the cities, and that you're within 5 minutes you're actually in history, hundreds of year old history and buildings. And that's one of the things that I was really surprised about on my cruise.
Well, the thing is, you're really immersed. You get
Mhm.
into that, you get into the dock, and you are right, literally right there. And you don't have to wait for an excursion and just hop off the ship and
Right.
go where you think you would like to go. On one of, I think it was on one of the little, I can't remember the city that I was in, but I got lost because there are so many little alleyways, and I was sure I was trying to find one of the village church, and everything was in German, so I don't speak German or read German, so got lost, and that was the best time because I like to
Right.
get lost.
Yeah, and you know what I have, what I this is a little tip for my listeners and my viewers, is I use Google Maps, and I set a parking pin where the ship is. So that I always know that if I really have to, I can go and it'll take me where it thinks my car is parked, but it's actually and I did it with also in the city tours with the buses, where the bus pickups were,
Right,
because I'm like you, I like to go wander around and you kind of get lost, but then you're like, okay, I got to get back to where the ship or the pickup point is. And so my little tip to everyone is place that parking pin on your Google map, and you'll always be able to get back to where you started.
right. That is so true. Yep.
Yep. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. And I'm excited, as I told the audience earlier on, that, you know, we're collaborating, and I'm hoping to actually curate a nice tour that some of my audience might be interested in the future. So, and
Wow.
I'm, you know, of course, we're on the Facebook page now, and we have a great audience there. So thank you so much for joining me
Oh,
today,
you're
Pat.
quite welcome. I enjoyed it.
And I am looking forward to what comes in the future.
Oh, me too, always. Yes, thank you.
Thank you.